Hi, Assalamualaikum. So today I will present the topic related to major basic principles of Islamic administration. All of these are the contents that we will focus on today. First, knowledge. Then, commanding good and forbidding bad was a mission of every prophet, and also Amanah and justice. Now, we move to the concept of knowledge. In the Islamic theory of knowledge, the term used for knowledge in Arabic is ilm. Knowledge falls short of expressing all the aspects of ilm. Knowledge in the Western world means information about something, while ilm is all-embracing term covering theory, action, and education. Okay, now we proceed to the implication of basic principles of administration toward employment practices. Through the specialization and division of labor, it is a fact that job allocation should be done properly in ensuring effective performance among the employee for the task entrusted to them, and in ensuring the target set by the management can be achieved accordingly towards the success of the organization. It is also pertinent that in allocating the tasks among the employee should take into consideration the knowledge that the employee possesses in relation to the task to be entrusted to him. So, here the point is this indirectly gives some advantages to those who having the necessary knowledge that needed for that performance of the task over those who are without such knowledge. Then we proceed to the implication of empowerment managerial practices of knowledge. Here, the organization could make appropriate decisions through planning, organizing, directing, and supervising of staff. Then, they also careful in choosing those to perform various duties and also specify the commanding good and forbidding bad. Commanding the proper and forbidding the improper. In other words, we state that amar ma'ruf nahi munkar. Here, as we know, was a mission of every prophet, and it is one of the most important Islamic principles in the Quran and Hadith. This principle can be seen as the most important Islamic principle, for if this principle is duly practiced in the Ummah, then as a result, all other teachings of Islam will also be practiced. While if this one principle is ignored, then the rest of Islam will also gradually to be ignored. A well-known hadith in which the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, reported to have said, "One of you sees something wrong, let him change it with his hand. If he cannot, then with his tongue. If he cannot, then with his heart. And this is the weakest faith." Commanding what is right and forbidding what is wrong provides a mechanism whereby the Muslim Ummah can fight off various social, moral, and spiritual ills and maintain a healthy and dynamic life. Also, by the concept of autonomy in the managerial practice, the organization will attempt to create a healthy and good working environment, free from evil, and where good deeds and values meet. Okay, now we move on to the concept of Amanah. The word Al-Amanah was derived from the word Al-Aman. It refers to someone who feels secure from the treatment of others, violation of his rights. Amanah is one of the most basic buildings in interacting with God, human, environment, and self, according to Sahari 2018. If a person fails to preserve the mandates, then he will be liable to be repaid in person. It was mentioned by Even 2016. It is the basic foundation of human social relation. The point is, Amanah is the basic foundation of human social relation. While Al-Khiyanah, taken from the word Al-Khawn, pt6, which means reduce, which refers to someone betraying the others. He has reduced or lessened the rights of others. The Quranic verse that mentions about Al-Amanah, it says, Allah said, "Indeed, we offer the trust to the heavens and the earth and the mountains, and they declined to bear it and fear it, but man undertook to bear it. Indeed, he was unjust and ignorant." This verse explains the rejection of Al-Amanah given by Allah to the heavens, the earth, and the mountains. They are all concerned with their inabilities to take on Al-Amanah and fear of causing Al-Khiyanah that caused them to be punished later. Al-Amanah in this verse refers to the practice of devotion and religious obligation that must be implemented, where it also implies rewards and sins. Here, the implication of Al-Amanah towards employment practices. By selection of employees, the Allah-fearing attribute is valued because it will ensure that he carries out his duty with amanah, devotion, and perfection. Trust in this context refers to the fear of Allah and awareness of Allah's presence at all times, which should result in a person carrying out his duty with diligence, accountability, effective and in full obedience, not only to the existing rules set forth by his employer, but more importantly, the laws and injunctions by Allah. Now, here are several limits in the Islamic methodology of selecting staff which need to be observed by the employer. First, choose wisely, whereby the leader should feel strongly that choosing appropriate staff is a great trust to be taken seriously. Second, no bias, whereby the leader is duty-bound to choose the best staff for each duty without inclinations, bias, or cheating. And the last one, trustworthy, where the leader must display capability and amanah. Now we proceed to the implication of basic principles of administration toward employment practices, where amanah or trust. Empowerment and managerial practices. First, searching for Allah's pleasure by emphasizing the importance of obedience to Allah and to the staff. Second, believe that the position granted is amanah as vicegerent on earth and considered task as a form of ibadah, which brings men closer to Allah. Okay, now we move on to the concept of justice. What is justice? Justice is one of the concepts that is synonym with Islam. Muslim is ordained to do justice in every aspect of their life and this includes in the task specialization and division of labor. The employer is required to assign proper tasks to the proper and qualified person regardless of their accountants, friendship, or personal connection with such employee. Here, we can see the implication by empowerment managerial practices of justice. First, assign proper tasks to the proper person, irrespective of friendship or personal connection. Treat each employee fairly, not burden them with tasks which they are incapable to do. So all of this, you can see the implication of any of the one organization, for example. So this is the good thing that we can have. Motivation in managerial practices of justice. First, to ensure the conducive working environment for staff in order for them to stay motivated, and also continuous concern on the health and well-being of staff, friendly and supportive atmosphere, so it will help them to perform duties well. So that's all from me. Thank you.